Jr. coming up now. The 56, that's a John Smith. 56H of Josh Hallett. And the 83 of Sean Durbin. Coming around, the 11's going to get a timing of 17. 56 of 18. The other 56 of 18.1. And the 83 of 17.6. Finishing out with a 17, the 56 to 18, 56 to 18, and the 83 of 17.6, 4.3. Gonna put the 11 of Chris Hillman, your fastest time, and your second fastest 83 Sean Durbin, your second. So far.
The 11 of Chris Hillman Jr.
Alright, next four. Got the 20 of Michael Brewer, the 13 of Levi Hayes, 23H of Jeff Howe, and the 85S of Scott Smith. Green flag waving up in the air. 20 of Michael Brewer coming around turns 1 and 2, hot for qualifying. Tonight's the Hornet Special, paying $1,200 to win. And the 20 of Michael Brewer with a 17.914. A5S, I know for sure got an 18. All bunched up there for a minute. Coming around, Michael Burr's gonna take 17.891. All right, still gonna be the 11, and the 83.
Chris Hillman Jr. still your fastest qualified on 17.549. That's the mark to beat. Michael Brewer in that group, third fastest with a 17.891. 17.891.
Looks like the A9 Phillip Fields and the 10 JR Davey Wagner out on the track right now for qualifying. Green flag coming out, 10 JR Davey Wagner. And the A3 of Phillip, the A9 of Phillip Fields. A9 coming around with 18.6 Davey Wagner with an 18.350. Fields ending with a 18.761 and Davey Wagner ending with an 18.264 here in Group 1, qualifying for the Hornet Special tonight here at Brownstown Speedway.
And that'll do it for group number 1, your fastest qualifier with a 17.549. The number 11 of Chris Hillman Jr., second to the 83 of Sean Durbin, with a 17.6. 17.891. 17.891. Group number 2 about to make their way on to the racetrack.
12A of Paul Arthur, the 138 of Keaton Durbin, 28E of Brian Mitchell, and the 21B of Tyler. Well, I'm not even going to try that name. We're just going to call you Tyler B for now. Alright, green flag for qualifying group number 2. Paul Arthur coming around what looks like to be an 18.2. 21B 18.115. Oh, look out. We got contact made between 21B. 21B and 26.
21B is Tyler Blythe.
Tyler Blythe. There we go.
With damage to the right front of that machine, nonetheless, he was the fastest so far in group number 2 with an 18.115, 18.115 from White. Second fastest in the 138, Keaton Durbin with an 18.201. Paul Arthur third in the 12A with an 18.293. And rounding out that first group was the 28E, Brian Mitchell.
28E.
18.630 for Mitchell.
21B of Tyler Blythe.
Our next group, and heat race number 2 should look like this. 4-time tracks out of Williams, Indiana, and the 2J, Tony Arthur Jr. Along with him, the number 45 out of Seymour, Indiana, Matt Miller. Our third qualifier in this group from Seymour, Indiana, in the Perkins Racing, number 71, JR Don Bowling Jr. Rounding out that group, second in the points in the Cage Tree Service Hornets out of Brownstown, Indiana, and the BAM Performance Haymaker Custom Smith & Caudell Racing, number 23, that's Caleb Caudell. Here they are moving on to the track now. The 2J of Tony Arthur Jr., the 45 of Matt Miller, the 71 JR.
Alright, we got the 2J of Tony Arthur Jr., 45 Matt Miller, 71 JR Don Bowling Jr., and the 23 of Caleb Caudell. Qualifying group number 2. And the next 4 out onto the track. Green flag in the drop. Somewhat, we're just gonna say they all got an 18 point something. Caleb Caudell moving out there. And he's gonna pick up the fastest time so far, qualifying group 2, 23 of Caleb Caudell.
That's Caleb Caudell.
21B of Tyler Blythe is your second fastest.
On to the track here for group number 2 in our Main Street Service qualifying. Out of Salem, Indiana, the Main Street Pizza Friends of Third Shift Durbin 83 Racing, 00 Josh Durbin.
Quadell, picking up the fastest time. All right, next 3 out onto the track for qualifying group number 2. The 00 Josh Durbin, 53 of Tad Canada, and the 24A of Josh Arthur. Green flag flying. An 18.3 and a 24.8 ending with an 18.0.
Your top 3 fastest in that group. Third fastest to 138 with an 18.201. Second fastest to Keith Durbin. Second fastest to 21B Tyler White, 18.115. And your fastest qualifier out of Brownstown, Indiana, number 23 with 18.023. That's Caleb Caudell. Our third and final group of Kane's Tree Service Hornets making their way onto the track now for their qualifying session. We should have out of North Vernon, Indiana, the Portable Custom CSG Graphics, Jeff Gilbert's woodworking, number 5B of Brian Pollitt. Along with him out of North Vernon, Indiana, your winner this week.
All right, 5B Brian Pollitt, the 20J Jacob Owens, 07 the Curtis Rosia, and the 62 Landon Hayes. Starting out your qualifying group number 3 for the Hornets. Brian Pollitt with a 17.9. 62 with an 18.866. Coming out around the tape to checker, 5B Brian Pollitt with a time of 18.092. The 20 17.647. The 20 Jacob Owens, 18.050 for 07 and for 62. 18.94. 20 Jacob Owens going to pick up your fast time in this group so far. Second's going to be the 5B.
And fastest so far in this group.
Third to Marshall Claycamp. Sorry. 72 Jeremy Shimwell. Not 32, 72. And the 4C Cameron Cooper. 18.198 and a 19.229 for the 4C. Coming around Jeremy Shimwell. Ending it all with an 18.175 and the 4C Cameron Cooper with a 19.282.
Jacob Owens.
is the 321 of Jeremy Ogle and the 5 of Zach Johnson. Alright, 321, Jeremy Ogle. Coming up with an 18.695. The 5 of Zach Johnson heading to the pits. Jeremy Ogle gonna end it with an 18.642.
And fastest in our third and final group with a
Read the 20 of Jacob Owens, the fastest time in group number 3. And second to the fastest is the 5B Brian Pollitt. That'll be back with the heat races in a minute.
Starting on the pole out of Mooresville, Indiana, and the number 11, that's Chris Hillman Jr. Outside of him, the 83 of Salem, Indiana, Sean Durbin. Inside of the second row, your current points leader here at Brownstown for the Kane Street Service Hornets. That's Michael Brewer. Outside of him from Brownstown, Indiana, in the 56H, it's Josh Hallett. Third row in the 10JR from North Vernon, Indiana, joined us on our pit walk a little bit earlier today. That's Davey Wagner. Outside of him, the 85S from Medora, it's Scott Smith. Rounding out this field, the 56X of S of Josh Smith, the 89 of Phil Field, the 23H of Jeff Howe, the 13 of Levi Hayes, the 19K of Warren Hopkins, and the 70W of Taylor Word. Field has been shown 1 to go. We'll go green next time around for heat race number 1. Winner of the heat race will start on the pole with tonight's $1,200 to win. Hornet special main event. Hillman and Durbin. In turn number 3 now, making their way to the snow. Oh, yes.
Caution coming out. Whoa.
Looks like the 85S of Scott Smith, the Victor right rear shoe.
85S Scott Smith missing a right rear tire.
Coming to green this time, Hillman and Durbin. Going to try this one more time.
on the 23H. Left to go. 23H being black flagged. Chris Hillman Jr. A3 Sean Durbin, white flag out. He raced number 1. Jr. taking up the first position. He raced number 1 behind him. The A3 is Sean Durbin. The 20 of Michael Burr. The 10 JRF Davey Wagner. And the 56. Josh Hallett.
Starting on the pole, there's an Hornet special main event. Chris Hillman Jr. in the number 11. Outside of him, out of Scottsburg, Indiana, the 21B is Tyler Blythe.
All right, he raced number 2, Hornets.
Outside of him in the 12A, Paul Arthur of Bedford. Inside of the third row, the 53 of Tad Canada. Outside of him in the 71, J.R. Don Bowling Jr. Rounding out this heat race in the fourth row, the 28E of Brian Mitchell and the 24A of Josh Arthur. Fifth row, the 2J of Tony Arthur Jr. and the 45 of Matt Miller. And riding shotgun on the field for the start of this one out of Salem, Indiana, the 00. It'll be Josh Durbin.
JR on a tire. 23 Caleb Cordell, still your leader in this one. Aiden Durbin right behind. Waddell. Behind him, the 138 of Keaton Durbin. A of Paul Arthur. 53 of Tad Canada. And 28 of Brian Mitchell.
Hornets heat race number 2 in the number 23 out of Brownstown. He'll start on the outside pole tonight. That's Caleb Caudell. Third and final heat race for the Hornets here tonight. Starting on the pole. Starting on the pole, the 20J out of Northern Indiana, that's Jacob Owens. Outside of him in the 5B, that's Brian Pollock. Inside the second row, the 07 out of Columbus, Curtis Rossia. Outside of him, the 72, Jeremy Shimwell. The third row, the 321 of Jeremy Ogle, and the 62 of Landon Hayes. Row number 4, the 4C out of Franklin, Cameron Cooper. Outside of them, the 5 out of Columbus of Zach Johnson. In the fifth row, the 32, Marshall Playcamp. Outside of him should be the 11, Chris Hillman Sr. Looks like the number 1 at the tail of this field, he did not take a qualifying lap in a little bit different look. That is Chris Hillman Sr. out of Mooresville, Indiana, at the number 1.
Jacob Owens pushing out front. Chris Hillman Sr. Heavy contact on the back. This group right here. Zach Johnson going back to the pits. Jeremy Owens, one off the backstretch. Looks like it's going to be Chris Hillman Sr. Looks like he's going to go back to the pits. Two laps left to go. On the Jeremy Owens machine. Jeremy Owens. Behind him is going to be the 5B of Brian Pollitt. And third, the 72 of Jeremy Shimwell. The 07 of Chris Russia coming out in 4th, and 5th, the 32 of Marshall Claycamp. We'll be back with features tonight.
Outside of row number 8 from Brownstown, Indiana, and the 56s, it's John Smith. Inside of row 8 in the 321 out of Columbus, Indiana, it's Jeremy Ogle. Outside of row 7 out of Bedford, Indiana, the 2080, it's Brian Mitchell. Inside of row 7 in the 56H from Brownstown, it's Josh Hallett. Outside of row number 6 in the 07 driver from Columbus, Indiana, it's Curtis Razia. Inside of row number 6 in the number 53 from Bedford, Indiana, it's Tad Canada. Your top 10 starters on the outside of row number 5 from North Vernon, Indiana, driving the 10JR, it's Davey Wagner. Inside of row number 5, driver the number 72 out of Indianapolis, Indiana, let's hear it for Jeremy Shimwell. Outside of row number 4, the 12A from Bedford, Indiana, it's Paul Arthur. Inside of him, your current points leader here at Brownstown Speedway from North Vernon, Indiana, in the number 20, it's Michael Brewer. Outside of row number 3 from North Vernon, Indiana, driver of the number 5B, it's Brian Pollitt. Inside of row 3, the number 138 from Salem, Indiana, it's Keaton Durbin. On the outside of row number 2 from Salem, Indiana, driver of the number 83, it's Sean Durbin. Inside of row number 2 from North Vernon, Indiana, your winner just a week ago at Brownstown Speedway, driver number 20J, he's the North Vernon Nightmare, Jacob Owens. Your top 2 starters on the outside of row number 1 from Brownstown, Indiana, driver number 23, Caleb Caudill. And leading him to the green flag.
Hornet feature coming up. 1200 to win, 20 laps of distance. Chris Hillman Jr., Caleb Quadell. Up in front, row number 120, J. Jacob Owens, and 83 Sean Durbin in row 2.
This will be the wave lap. Hands on your feet. Wave to your favorite driver, the 20, any of the 20 out there tonight for this Kings Tree Service.
20 cars out on the track. 1200 to win. 20 Jacob Owens making the move on 23 Caleb Quadell. Contact on the 23 and the 20. And we've got a car stopped up on top of turn 4. Looking like it's gonna be the 12A Paul Arthur coming to stop on top of turn number 4. Caution out, 15 down, 5 left to, sorry, 5 down, 15 to go. I'll be back with the restart. Alright, we're coming back to the restart. Chris Hillman Jr. Caleb Quadell, Sean Durbin. Whoa, look out. That's going to be an automatic caution right there. Damage on that 10JR machine of Davey Wagner. Almost looked like someone jumped to start there. Try that restart once more. 10JR Davey Wagner making contact and getting spun out. So we're about to go back to green once again. 15 laps left to go, 5 down, 1200 at stake. Davey Wagner moving out front. Gonna go back, jumping that start.
Getting started here, 15 to go. Leader can pace wherever he wants. Everybody else has to stay in line.
Clean start, Sean Durbin, Jacob Owens on the bottom side, 23 Caleb Quadell running top. Jacob Owens now pulling out in front of 23 Caleb Quadell. 10JR Davey Wagner. Michael Burr behind. Chris Hillman Jr. So we get to the halfway mark with 10 laps to go. Chris Hillman Jr., A3 Sean Durbin, 20 Jacob Owens, 23 of Caleb Quadell, 20 of Michael Brewer. That's your top 5 right now. Laps left to go. Chris Hillman Jr. A3 Sean Durbin, 20 of Jacob Owens. Whoa, got debris flying on the backside of the A3 of Sean Durbin now. It's gonna be his bumper. 4 laps remain. Coming around turns 3 and 4, Chris Hillman Jr. now 3 laps. Sean Durbin looking for the pass on Chris Hillman Jr. Now turns 3 and 4, he's riding his tail. Laps left to go in this race. Coming around turns 3 and 4, white flag in the air. Sean Durbin trying to make a pass at Chris Hillman right now, the battle for first place. He's gonna look low. It's almost too close to call, but it's going to be the 11 of Chris Hillman Jr. in first. Second place, A3 of Sean Durbin. And third, the 20 of J of Jacob Owens. And fourth, the 23 of Caleb Quadell. And the 20 of Michael Brewer finishing out fifth. $1,200 to Chris Hillman Jr.
Speedway. Chris Hillman Jr. and Sean Durbin did not disappoint, and Durbin used that cushion to try to propel himself to a win here in the Hornet Special Night in the Kane Street Service Hornets. The top 7 vehicles will be checked in the infield, so we'll hold off on any victory lane interviews. But all the while, fans, let's hear it for your top 2. A3 Sean Durbin out of Mooresville, Indiana, your winner as it stands. Driver number 11, Chris Hillman Jr. Do not cross the track, do not cross the track. I need you to come back. They're going to take the cars in the infield, and then we can go across. Thank you.
Stock feature 20 20 laps of distance. Top 4 gonna go like this. DJ Dunn on the inside, Dustin Carr on the outside, Paul Hortman and Josh Turner. To the cones, green flag gonna fly. Alright, DJ Dunn gonna take the lead right off the bat. 36 Dustin Carr, Paul Orman, Josh Turner following suit. Caution coming out. Back with the restart. Alright, coming back to the restart here. DJ Dunn pulling out front, Dustin Carr behind. Toggle in turns 3 and 4. We'll stay green. failure on turns 3 and 4. No caution was called in. This will be his first caution. He's going to get black flagged. Down 12 to go. DJ Dunn, Dustin Carr, Paul Ortman, Josh Johnson. Your top 4 in the restart. Green flag back out. Dustin Carr looking on the inside of DJ Dunn. There comes Paul Orman on the outside of Carr. Keeping his line. Paul Ortman racing, battling for that second spot on the car. DJ Dunn, your leader this whole entire time. Paul Ortman now around car. 2 laps in the air. White flag coming out. DJ Dunn. And here comes Dustin Carr back on the Paul Ortman. And tonight's feature winner is going to be the one of DJ Dunn. DJ Dunn finishing first. Second place, Paul Royman in the 1836 of Dustin Carr finishing third. 21, Josh Hayes. And fourth in your fifth place, the 34 DJ, Daniel Hupp. Feature being featured on here in the Pro Late Model Series. Alright, moving over to your Indiana Late Model Series feature for the night. Last feature of tonight. 25 laps to distance. Row number 1 to 3Z, Zach Burton, and P3 Steve Heaton. And row number 2, 31 of Rick Gum, and the 22 in of Mario O'Neill. That's your top 4 starting out in this race. About to go green. And here we go, green flag out. Front of Zach Burton and the 3Z, 22 in of Mario O'Neill, following behind. Main thing you want to look out for is that number 1 car of Chad Stapleton. He's going to be working out there. Leader in the P3 and the P3 graphics in the LA Mall Series. Chad Stapleton working in top side, 5C, Tyler Kane on the bottom. Impressive lead. About to begin lapping some cars here. CP now passing up the 85 of Chris Stillwell. Left to go, now 14 with CP coming around turns 1 and 2. 22 and Mario Neal now in second place, trying to catch back up. 3Z of Zach Burton running over in third. Rick Gum in fourth. Tyler Collins running fifth. Looking for a pass underneath Rick Gum. Almost had there. Still battling it out for that fourth position between Rick Gum and the 11 of Tyler Collins. And here comes Tyler Neal. Joining that battle. Now gonna overtake the 11 of Tyler Collins. It's gonna be the 20 of Tyler Neal for fifth position. 3 wide in turns 3 and 4, about for fourth and fifth. Steve Eden running away with the show as we go down to 9 laps left to go. Steve Eden. And Mario Neal slowly starting to catch back up just a little. Now by a huge lot. Steve Eden still going through lap traffic. About to lap Alan Magner and Brayton Godsey. Zero cautions so far in this race, 5 laps to go. About to go to 4 laps, coming out turns 3 and 4, Steve Eden. Turns 1 and 2, 85 of Chris Stillwell gonna jump off the track into the infield. Now making his pass on Alan Magner, P3 of Steve Eden. Got 2 laps left to go. White flag coming out. It's going to be the P3 of Steve Eden coming out turns 1 and 2, taking that white flag. 3Z of Zach Burton jumping back up. Sorry, he's going to remain third. Checker flag out, P3 of Steve Eden, your winner in the Indiana Late Model Series feature here at Brownstown Speedway. Behind him is going to be the 22 win of Mario Neal. And second, third place, the 3Z of Zach Burton. And third, the 20 of Tyler Neal. And fourth, and the 11 of Tyler Collins running fifth. And there you have it tonight here at Brownstown Speedway. We'll catch you on the next race day. Here he comes now. P3 Steve Eden.